Hi, and welcome back to another Vivid Yanoya video. In this video, I'm talking about, you guessed it, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, this movie is overhated, but I still think it has its fair share of flaws. The effects, for one thing, are terrible, and why cast Bill Murray and then not use him for anything? Also, why was Wasp barely in it? Okay, 6.5 stars out of 10. Recommend watching. Moving on with the video now. In this video, I'll be discussing what could have been done better in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. Now, this video probably won't line up with the rest of the MCU timeline, because some things I say will completely change the ending of the movie. And of course, spoiler warning. First of all, I'd like them to probably kill most, if not all, of the rebels. The scene where Veb, I think his name was, gets shot and he's like, oh my gosh, I have holes, and then he eats the guards or whatever. Remove that. It's sort of funny, but doesn't make sense. He sucks them into him, but he doesn't have a back to the hole he sucks them into, and then they just disappear. So get rid of that scene. And of course, I want Wasp to actually do something. I really like Wasp's costume, so that can stay exactly the same, but have a scene where Wasp is individually fighting some guards. Okay, so the final fight with the rebels and stuff, before Kang comes down, have a scene where Wasp is just fighting guards, just that. Of course, she beats these bad guys. Now, when Kang comes down to fight Ant-Man, Wasp, and Cassie, Wasp is the last one standing, and she, manages to get the best of him for most of the fight before being, defeated. Yeah, so make Wasp very evidently more powerful. That's really it for her. About for Cassie. Now, make her sort of mad at her father for being gone, so make it, they're sort of having a fight. She's very distant from him. Then, by the end of the movie, they have reconnected with each other. And it'll be very wholesome. By the end of the film, make her take on the name Stinger, or Stature, it doesn't really matter which one. What about MODOK? Take away the stupidly forced redemption arc or whatever he had at the end of that movie. Did not need it. Make him survive and come back to the regular dimension as MODOK and then sort of rebuild AIM. Now, for Kang the Conqueror. Please, oh please, more show, less tell. Well, you can say that because he's in the quantum realm, he is heavily nerfed. So, remove all of the weird disintegrating beams he uses on the rebels. Get rid of those. When he's taken away by those ants, don't make that his defeat. They take him away to some other room where he fights and kills them all. And while Janet and Hank are trying to get the portal, I suppose, or the rift up and running, Wasp, Stature, or Stinger, it's Cassie, and Ant-Man go to fight Kang again. In this fight, this is the one where Kang is quote-unquote defeated. Kang's suit is slowly but surely damaged during the fight, and he's hurt, and then Wasp blows the room up. The three heroes were already out of the room, but that's what really hurts Kang. In the flashback where Janet and Kang fight, Kang easily, super easily overpowers Janet. Kang gets her hold of the time orby thingamablobby, and then, while he's holding it, Janet blows it up. This explosion physically weakens Kang. Back to the present. Kang and Ant-Man's final confrontation at the portal ends a little bit differently. Everybody comes through the portal to help him. By everybody, I mean Hank, Janet, Cassie, and Hope. And Kang kills Hank and brutally wounds Janet, and wipes the floor with Wasp and Ant-Man and Cassie, because this time he's angry. MODOK, while they're fighting, gets to the portal and escapes. Then Kang goes through the portal, traps them all behind. While Janet and Hope are crying over Hank, Cassie and Scott are trying to get the portal back up and running, and they do. By the time they all get through the portal, MODOK and Kang have already vanished. But Cassie and Scott have reconnected as father and daughter. I would also add Louise. Now, of course, he would be at Cassie's birthday at the end, which will still be in it. And he will be the one that picks up Cassie, and he tells Scott how she ended up in prison with one of his stories. Oh, and Judy and Jim, which are Cassie's mother and stepfather, will be at her birthday party. I found it really odd that they weren't there. And of course, the CGI is immaculate. And the post-credit scenes will stay the same. But the things in the Counselor Kang one, where they mention the death of the exiled one, is removed. Okay, major differences. Hank Pym dies, Kang and MODOK get away separately, and MODOK doesn't have his stupid redemption arc. And of course, Louise is in it. And that's about it. So, like, comment, subscribe, and all of the other things YouTubers say at the end of videos.